It is Wednesday, June 6th, 2018, and this is the very first of the series I'm going to title Notes to Myself. I've been doing this for a long time where I just have thoughts and quotes and things that I write to myself, and I leave it on little post-it notes and little pieces of paper, and I put it inside of my phone notes, or I may put a post out on Facebook or Instagram or something, just for motivation for others, but more truly, it's self-motivation for myself. It's the way that I try to keep myself sane. It's the way that I try to keep myself happy. It's the way that I try to keep myself going. It's just the way that I'm trying to live my own personal life, not for the pleasure of anybody else, but for me. And if it radiates into other people or helps other people, then that makes me even happier. One of the things that I always say, when I put my posts and things out there on Facebook and everything, is hashtag don't forget to smile, because it's one thing that I have to try to remind myself, and that I do all the time and naturally anyway, is I try to make sure that I smile, because when a person smiles, it changes a lot for themselves. Not a fake smile to show everybody else, but a true, genuine smile from the inside out, which is also the name of my healthy Facebook page that I really need to get back to, but back to what I was going to. And every day I always have what I feel like is some kind of profound thought about myself, or some type of profound thought about something that I'm going through. Now, yeah, I might seem like pretty strong, pretty confident, pretty this, that, XYZ, but I am a worrywart. I can be analytical at times, or I can overanalyze things about times and make things bigger than they are. Make a mountain out of a molehill. Whoa. Sorry. I can do that. And my instant thought is to worry. Like how am I going to do this? How am I going to take care of this? The worst is going to happen. Everything's going to come crumbling down. There's a one big fireball that's spiraling out of control, going to burn everything in its path. I'm going to, not make it. Then it's like either a song will come on the radio, or something will happen, or I'll just hear something or whatever that makes me realize, it's not as bad as it is. Calm down. You're gonna be good. So I had that thought this morning. So, my small thing is, my thought that I had for this morning was pretty much, life is about changes. How will it change you? I'm going on the anniversary of a year of a major change that occurred in my life. And one thing that I did not let it do was change me. I did go through a period during that change in my life when it first occurred of meanness, hatefulness, hurt, sorrow, anger, self-doubt, just all of those things that a person can seem to go through when your life shifts. The life that you've known for God knows how long is all of a sudden going to change. But I didn't let that last for long. I turned up my happy, so to speak. And I know that's hard for some people when they go through a change like my life went through. But I had to turn up the happy because I had two kids who looked up to me for positivity, and I had two kids who looked up to me to be the strong mother that I've been for them for the last, umpteen years. I had two kids who looked up to me for example. I had two kids that looked up to me for just fun, joy, and pure happiness. And I was not going to let this particular life-changing situation that occurred in my life change that for me. I just wasn't. So I got over what my issue was. Yeah, still lingers a little bit, but I got over what my issue was. And I went about my life. And for the most part, my life has been pretty doggone good, so to speak. I've been happy. I've been having a good time. I've surrounded myself with even more friends, and the support of my friends has been absolutely phenomenal. Like, a lot of people think they can do stuff on their own, and I am one of those people. Like, I feel like I'm a fixer. But if it was not for these friends that I had with me, it would have been just a little bit tougher to get through what I got through. But I got through it. Then last fall, you know, I realized that I was now totally 101,000% dependent on myself. Depending on myself for everything. And that began to freak me out for just a smidget, but I was happy in doing it. I was happy in taking care of myself. And I've been happy in doing it so far. One of the reasons why I was happy is because I had a part-time job, you know, and even though the part-time job didn't give me that many days and all that good jazz or whatever, the part-time job still gave me a little bit of security blanket, so to speak. So things, the change that occurred in my life, you know, the other half of the change that occurred in my life, you know, was moved on to bigger and better things and stuff like that. And, you know, happy for him, extremely happy for him, you know, I don't hold ill will against anyone, no matter what occurred and all that different stuff. I never do. And that never made me reevaluate myself, like, why am I not there? Why haven't I done this? Why haven't I done that? Because I feel perfectly fine, like I'm on the right road, the right path, at the right speed that I'm supposed to be at. So what my freak out was about this morning was I've been having a lot of neck and back pain and hip pain and shoulder pain and all this different stuff, and my chiropractor told me I had to quit my part-time job. So I started to freak out this morning, like, oh my God, what am I going to do without that little bit of extra money? That paycheck between my regular paycheck was always great. How am I going to do it? Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And so I'm in the mirror and I'm worrying and all this different stuff. And then Mary J. Blige's Just Fine song came on. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be just fine. That was my confirmation that I am going to be just freaking fine. You know, I got my head on straight. I got my mind right. I ain't going to let nothing take it away from me. Be honest, I'm not. And from that point on, my whole demeanor changed this morning. My whole demeanor changed this morning to, how am I going to do this? To, I got this. It's got to be more mind savvy about what I need to do. You know, it's going to take a little tweaking and it's going to take a little bit of getting used to, but like I said, I am totally dependent on me, and I can't go to anybody else. I'm 42 years old. I can't go to anybody else to fix anything for me. I have to do this myself. So, like my thought was this morning, and the profound thought that I had for myself, the mirror that I put out there for myself with the quote on it, the mirror with the quote written in lipstick so I could read it back to myself, was, life brings about changes. How will it change you? And the one thing that I always refuse to do is to let life's changes change me. It's not going to change my demeanor. It's not going to change my outlook on life. It's not going to change how I attack everything. It's not going to change me for the worse. It's going to change me for the better. Always change me for the better. And it may not be fast. Like, you know, I'm 42. I don't own a house. I don't have a huge savings. I'm not invested in anything or whatever. I just kind of live a day-to-day life. So that's just where I am. But I'm 42 and it's not my time to own a house yet. It's not my time to be invested in anything. It's not my time to own real estate. It's not my time to have all this money and all this different stuff. That's how I feel. I don't feel like I'm 42 and I should have this stuff. I'm like, I'm 42 and it's just not my turn yet. That's how I feel. But I'm still living my absolute best life. I have wonderful friends. I have wonderful family. I'm happy. I'm sustaining myself. I'm taking care of myself. You know, I have all the essentials that I need, and every once in a while I can get the occasional this and that. I still vacation. I still go places. I still have a good time. I still freaking enjoy life, which is what it's all about. And when it's my time to do all of those things again, then my time will come. Well, one thing that I refuse to let life's changes do is change me. Not going to do it. Not going to allow it to happen. And I mean that. I mean that. And I do that for myself, but I do that also to teach my children that. Don't let life's changes change you. My son always seems like he has a little freak out at his job and he gets angry and all this different stuff. And what does he do? He calls me and he's like, all right, Mom, talk to me. Tell me something good. And I'll talk to him and I'll bring him down and put him back into that realization aspect. But really, when I tell my son these things, Like I always tell people, I remain positive despite whatever. Like people think I don't have a bad day or things go on. I put it out there for others to see and read and hear, and hopefully it helps them, but it is a mirror for myself. The quotes and things that I say and the little stuff that I put out there is a mirror for myself, so that when I go back and I read it or I look at it, it reminds me of a way to be strong, reminds me to be strong, reminds me not to let life get to me, reminds me not to let things get to me. Everything that I say and I do is a mirror for myself. It always is. After I say things to my son, I go back there, I go off and I write down a piece from it, or I write down what I told him or what we talked about or the topic or whatever for myself, so I can remind myself when this happens. I told Brandon this. This is what I told Brandon. I told Brandon XYZ, therefore, comma, tell yourself that. You can't put it out there if you're not going to live it yourself. So my motto for today is I'll be just fine, and life's changes, they're going to come. How is it going to change you? Plain and simple. And how is it going to change me? It's going to make me stronger. It's going to make me wiser. It's going to make me happier. It may make me funnier. Overall, life changes are going to elevate me. And that's the way that I feel like I have to attack this. So the little part-time job is gone. Okay, perfectly fine. Then you shift. You know, I'm taking care of myself now. And for the last year, I've been doing pretty good at it, if I can say so myself. And I can only get better. That's the way that I feel about my life right now and how I'm handling my life right now. No one else's but mine. So when you're stressing out at work, stressing out at home, things go wrong, go bad, something causes a shift in the axis of your world. Think about it. This is a change. How is it going to change me? Really? How is it going to change me? Allow it to make you better. Allow it to make you stronger. Allow it to make you wiser. Allow it to make you funnier. Allow it to make you more caring. All of those things. Whatever negative you think that it can make you, flip it and allow it to make you positive in that way. That's exactly how I'm attacking this day. Because like I said, I'll be just fine. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful month. Have a wonderful year. The sun is shining here in Virginia. And so am I. So, enjoy your day, everyone.